sharing my screen. Let me know once it is visible.
It is visible, ma'am.
Okay. Any questions on the last classes?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So everything is good. So we discussed about how to create a transaction code for a report, and then we saw that how to download the data from our report program to presentation layer file, how to download the data, that we saw that. After that, we saw the how to measure the performance of the program. To measure the performance of the program, we have two tools. This is very important for the interview. They'll ask always how to improve the performance of a program. You have to say the two tools, and they will ask what is the performance tuning techniques, or what are the techniques you will follow to improve the performance of the program, that we discussed in the declarations, what we need to do in the select statements, what we have to do. Everything we discussed in the last class, correct? After that, we discussed about the message class concept. We saw all the types of messages, and how to handle the messages, how to use the placeholders in the messages. So that also we learned that. Any questions?
No, ma'am.
So with that, I finished in the rise of objects or for report system. Then what we have next? C for conversions. What is this conversions? Conversions are used to upload the non-SAP data into SAP system. So if you want to upload non-SAP data into SAP system, we are going to use conversions. Non-SAP data, that we'll call it as legacy data. The definition, if you ask for the conversions, uploading legacy data into SAP is called conversions. What is legacy data? Legacy data is nothing but non-SAP data. Why we need to upload non-SAP data into SAP system? Means previously my company using some other software, okay, where daily transactions are happening. Now I implemented SAP. Can I leave the old data? No, right? But olden days, what they're doing, they're just entering manually. But now what we have the conversions concept. So because entering manually, it will take lot of time. So that's the at the time we have data operators, means where they're going to maintain the data. There is a project which is running very highly, okay, so they're going to manually enter the data. But nowadays, no need of entering manually the data. We have lot of options to upload the data. Sorry. So why we need that old data actually? For example, if you take Amazon, only take it as a company. So what they'll have daily, they're just getting the orders and all. Previously, it is using some other software. Now it is using the SAP. So previously, there are a lot of customers are there. There are a lot of products are there in their systems. They can lose that data. No, right? That data and all now they need to upload into our SAP system. How they're going to upload? Is it not like a one or two customers? They have lots of millions of billions of customers will be there. So where you need to upload the data into SAP. So whenever you have bulk of data to enter into SAP, we are going to use conversions. Either it is SAP data or non-SAP data. Whenever we want to upload bulk of data into SAP, we can use this conversions concept. Under this concept, we have like concepts First concept is BAPI. BAPI is nothing but remote enable function module. We learn the function modules concept, correct? Where the function module concept will come?
Under modulation techniques, ma'am.
Yes, very good. Under modularization technique. What is a function module? It is for reusability and readability. Under that, we have types of function modules, right? How many types of function modules are there? Types of function modules.
There are three, ma'am.
Hmm? What are those?
A normal function model, remote enable function model,
Hmm.
update, ma'am. Update function.
Hmm. Very good. So why only she? Remaining what happened? Why there is no answer? Why less strength? Okay. So we have the three types of function modules. So where normal function module and remote enable function module, and then we have update function module, correct? So remote BAPI is nothing but remote enable function module. Okay, so BAPIs are nothing but standard which is already given by SAP. So what is that? What is the use of those? How it looks? Means every BAPI starts with BAPI underscore something. For example, if I want to create a material in my system, BAPI create, material create we have. And for creating sales order, we have BAPI sales order create that too. And if I want to create classifications, BAPI classifications create we have. To get the data also we have the BAPI. Get classifications, batch create, like that for everything. Each and every option, SAP already given the option called BAPI, means which is remote enable function module. What we can do, we can use that and we can upload the data. That is one option we have. And another option is BDC. So already we have an option, right, to do that. Then why we need to go for the another BDC? Means, for example, if I want to create a material, so in that BAPI, it is having the mandatory to plus the plant information, storage location information, sales view, all those things. But don't want to do like that. I want to do create only with the only few basic details. I want to create a material. Then BAPI is not suitable for the requirement. Then we will go for the BDC concept. Whenever BAPI is not suitable, then only we'll go for BDC. If BAPI is suitable, then that is the best way to upload the data. So how to do that and all we'll see practical part. And then if it is not suitable, the BAPIs are not suitable, then only we'll go for BDC. In this BDC, what and all concepts are going to come? Direct input method, call transaction method, session method, LSMW. LSMW is a tool normally used by functional, but here functional also comes for our classes. That's the reason included LSMW also. Okay, these and all concepts comes under BDCs. What is this and all? Means before going to discuss about this, first how the requirement comes from the user, how the functional is going to analyze, and then how they are going to give the requirement to you, that we'll see. Based on that, they're going to decide these options. For example, user want to create a material in their system. How to create? MM01 T code. server disconnected. So I'll always forgetting to explain in the Telugu. Okay. సో ఏం చెప్తున్నారు మా అసలు బీడీసీ ఎందుకు వచ్చింది? ఎప్పుడైతే లెగసీ డేటాని ఎస్ఏపీలోకి అప్లోడ్ చేయాలంటే ఈ కన్వర్షన్ కాన్సెప్ట్ అంటున్నారు. లెగసీ డేటా అంటే ఏంటి? నాన్ ఎస్ఏపీ డేటా. ఎందుకు వేరే ఎస్ఏపీ కాకుండా నాన్ ఎస్ఏపీ డేటాని మన ఎస్ఏపీ సిస్టంలోకి ఎందుకు పెడుతున్నాం అంటే, ప్రీవియస్లీ మీరు ఏదో ఒక సాఫ్ట్వేర్ యూస్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఆ డేటా అంతా కూడా బిజినెస్ పర్పస్ ఆ డేటా కావాల్సి వస్తుంది. అందుకోసం ఈ కన్వర్షన్స్ కాన్సెప్ట్ యూస్ చేస్తున్నారు. అది నాన్ ఎస్ఏపీ డేటా అవ్వచ్చు, ఎస్ఏపీ డేటా అవ్వచ్చు. ఎప్పుడైతే బల్క్ ఆఫ్ డేటా నేను అప్లోడ్ చేయాలి ఎస్ఏపీలో అంటే అప్పుడు కన్వర్షన్స్ కాన్సెప్ట్ యూస్ చేస్తాం. దాంట్లో 2 కాన్సెప్ట్స్ ఉంటాయి, బ్యాపీస్ అండ్ బీడీసీస్. బ్యాపీ అంటే నథింగ్ బట్ రిమోట్ ఎనేబుల్ ఫంక్షన్ మాడ్యూల్. మనం ఆల్రెడీ మోడలరైజేషన్ టెక్నిక్స్లో నేర్చుకున్నాం. సో అన్ని బ్యాపీస్ కూడా రిమోట్ ఎనేబుల్. ఈ బ్యాపీ అనేది బ్యాపీ అండర్ స్కోర్ అనే స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది. మనం SC37లో చూడొచ్చు. ఇవన్నీ కూడా స్టాండర్డ్ ఎస్ఏపీ ఆల్రెడీ ఇచ్చేసింది. ఒకవేళ ఇది మన రిక్వైర్మెంట్కి సపోర్ట్ చేయట్లేదు, ఇది సూటబుల్ కాదు అనుకుంటే బీడీసీస్కి వెళ్తారు. బీడీసీస్ కూడా బల్క్ ఆఫ్ డేటాని అప్లోడ్ చేయడానికే. దాంట్లో ఈ కాన్సెప్ట్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఇవన్నీ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయక ముందు ఫస్ట్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్ ఎలా వస్తుంది, ఫంక్షనల్ ఎలా అనలైజ్ చేస్తారు, దేన్ని వాళ్ళు చూస్ చేస్తారు అనేది మనం చూద్దాం ఫస్ట్. ఓకే. సో ఇఫ్ ఐ ఫర్గాట్ టు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ ఇన్ Telugu, you can just remind me, no problem. Okay. Now, so how the requirement comes from the users to functional first. So users are creating like this. For example, MM01, I'm just going, and here test BDC01. I'm just taking the material name, any name, and then industry sector as chemical industry, and it is as coupons. Why you choose chemical industry coupons mean don't ask the questions. These and all will be functional duty. What is the combination they want to take, industry sector and material type and all. So functional gives that, we can just follow that. Because as a technical, you are not going to concentration on the functional things. Because today you are going to support SD, tomorrow MM, day after tomorrow some other module. So you can't learn all the functional modules. This is the duty to given by the functional, so you can just blindly use it. No need to worry about it. Okay, so user is entering, think that user is entering this and enter, then basic data, select it, and then we are giving that test BDC material or whatever it is. You can use each or PCs like that, and then save it. Done. Test BDC01 is got created. Okay, now I want to see where it is stored. In the front end, user enters like this. Then in the back end, it's going to store it in the tables. Which table it's going to store? Mara table. You can go for SC16 and SC16 directly. What is the material name? Test BDC 01. Okay, this is the one which I created. Then run it. You can see it is updated in the backend table. Test material is this. Today it created. Who created? I'm only created. And material type is coupon. Industry sector is CA. And unit of measure is each. Like this it's stored. Where is the description is stored? Description is stored in the backend table MAKT. Display and go to the contents. Same test BDC 01. Okay, and then run it. You can see that test BDC material. So MAKT is the table which is going to store the material description in the languages. Okay, I created just one basic data view, so it is updated two tables. If I'm creating next tabs like that, there are so many tabs inside the material. You can see we can go for session mm03. Okay, mm01 to create, mm02 to change, mm03 for display. See, technically how we'll have, you see 38, if you go, you'll have create button, change button, display button. All the three options will be available in the same T code, correct? Program creation, program changing, program display. But for the functional, it is not like that. They'll always have different T codes. For creation 1, changing 2, and display 3. So this is how it will be. Means 1, 2, 3. MM01 for creating, MM02 for change, MM03 for display. Same like that, we learn already SD flow. Yes or no? Basic SD flow.
Yeah, ma'am.
At that time we learn. For inquiry, we have VA11, VA, VA21 for quotation, VA01 for order creation, VL01 and for delivery creation, VF01 for billing creation. Those are ones. We have twos also there for change, threes for display. And same, whenever they're doing in the front end transaction code, back end tables will be updated. So which tables updated? So for the inquiry quotation order, VBAK, VBAP. For delivery, LIKP, LIPS. For billing, VBRK, VBRP. We discussed already. Same like that. Now we are discussing about the material. MM01 for create, MM02 for change, MM03 for display. Now I'm going to display this. It is showing only the basic views which is basically got created, but we have lot of views other than this. We have like a plant view, um, and a storage location view and sales view. Like that we have lot of views also. If I'm creating with basic one tab itself, it is updated two tables. If I'm updating plant information, backend Marcy table will be updated. If I'm giving storage location, backend MARD table will be updated. If I'm giving the characteristics, backend MCH1 table will be updated. So like that, whenever you are increasing the tabs, the backend tables also getting increased and stores the data. So is it clear, ma, how it is storing the data? In the front end, you are creating only the material. In the back end, it's going to store it in the tables. సో ఏం చేస్తున్నాడు యూజర్ MM01కి వెళ్ళి ఒక మెటీరియల్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తే నేను ఓన్లీ బేసిక్ డేటాతో మాత్రమే క్రియేట్ చేశాను. దానివల్ల టూ టేబుల్స్ అప్డేట్ అయ్యాయి, మారా ఎంఏకేటి. బట్ దాంట్లో ఇంకా చాలా ట్యాబ్స్ ఉంటాయి. మనం ఏదైతే ట్యాబ్స్ యూస్ చేసి సేవ్ చేస్తూ వస్తున్నామో బేస్డ్ ఆన్ దట్ టేబుల్స్ అనేవి ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతూ ఉంటాయి. దాంట్లో కూడా వెళ్ళి డేటా అనేది స్టోర్ అవుతూ వస్తుంది. క్లియరా? ఎస్ ఆర్ నో?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the requirement, they want to create lakhs of material into their system. Okay, they want to create lakhs of material into their system. For creating one material, I'm just taking 5 minutes of time or 1 minute of time. Then 1 lakh materials, if I want to sit and create, it will take too much of time. What I want a conversion program. User is asking, hey, I have this material creation, like this I'm creating, but I have lakhs of materials now. I want to upload into SAP system. How to do? So like this, requirement comes to the functional, not to the technical. Functional is going to discuss always with the users. So when the functional is discussing with the user, functional will take the decision. Okay, you want to create a material with only basic data. Okay, fine. Is it one time requirement or you want to do it again and again? Okay, one time requirement means these are materials, right? You want to save it into one time. So only 1 lakh time, 1 lakh materials are there. Once it is done, next no more. You don't want to create any materials into your system. Means like bulk of data. One time or multiple times. They'll ask. If the user said, no, no, materials, right? I want only one time. This time only if I want to upload lakhs of record. Next time onwards, I'll get one or two, I will do manually. So this is not repeated job. I'm just going to do it only for once. Then user will take the decision saying that, okay, we'll do it with LSMW. What is this LSMW? It's a tool. You no need of writing any code inside that. So this can be run by functional itself. They'll go to that LSMW, they'll take the production access with the firefighter ID and they will logging into that and they will start doing with the LSMW. The 14 steps they will run and once they run, the data will be uploaded. So this is the tool. No need of writing the code. So functional itself can run. If it is one time requirement, functional is going to take the LSMW and do that job. ఓకే. సో ఏం చెప్తున్నామో మెటీరియల్ యూజర్ ఏం చెప్పాడు, నేను ఇలా మెటీరియల్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తున్నాను. ఇదే ఇలాంటివే నాకు 1 లాక్ మెటీరియల్స్ ఉన్నాయి. నేను నా సిస్టంలోకి అప్లోడ్ చేయాలి అని అడుగుతున్నారు. అడుగుతున్నప్పుడు ఫంక్షనల్ ఏం చెప్తున్నారు? ఇది ఇప్పుడు ఒక్కసారికే కావాలనా? నీకు మళ్ళీ మళ్ళీ ఇలాంటివి వస్తూనే ఉంటాయా అని అడిగాడు. ఒక్కసారికే అంటే దెన్ ఏం చేస్తున్నారు ఫంక్షనల్ ఎల్ఎస్ఎండబ్ల్యూ తీసుకొని ఎల్ఎస్ఎండబ్ల్యూ అనేది ఒక టూల్, ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ కోడ్ కూడా అదే. దానికి వెళ్ళి రన్ చేస్తే దాంట్లో కొన్ని స్టెప్స్ వస్తాయి. ఆ స్టెప్స్ రన్ చేస్తే డేటా తీసుకెళ్ళి సిస్టంలో అప్లోడ్ చేసేస్తుంది. మన టెక్నికల్ ఇంటర్వెన్షన్ అసలు లేదు, వాళ్ళే చేసేస్తారు, ఫంక్షనలే చేసేస్తారు. సో దట్ ఈస్ వన్ టైమ్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్. దాన్ని ఎల్ఎస్ఎండబ్ల్యూ అంటారు. ఎలా రన్ చేస్తారు అనేది ఐ షో యూ ఇన్ ఫ్యూచర్, మీన్స్ ఆఫ్టర్ దిస్ స్టెప్స్. ఓకే, is it clear what is LSMW means? When they will take the decision of LSMW if it is one time requirement. Clear ma?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, if it is clear I'll go for. Now the requirement I'll change little bit. What the user is saying that no, it is not one time requirement. Every month I'm going to get 10,000 records, or every quarter I'm going to get 10,000 records, or every year, or every week, or every day, whatever may be. It is not one time, it is repetition. Either it is yearly once, or 6 yearly once, or 6 months once, quarterly once, or monthly once, or weekly once, or daily once. Whatever may be the requirement, but not one time requirement. At the time, users won't choose this LSMW. సో నెక్స్ట్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్ ఏం చెప్తున్నారు, ఇది ఒక్కసారి కాదు, ఇలా నాకు ఎవ్రీ ఇయర్ వస్తాయి, లేదు ఎవ్రీ క్వార్టర్ వస్తాయి, ఎవ్రీ మంత్ వస్తాయి, ఎవ్రీ డే వస్తాయి అని ఒక్కసారి కాకుండా ఏ అదర్ ఆప్షన్ చూస్ చేసినా కూడా ఫంక్షనల్ ఎల్ఎస్ఎండబ్ల్యూకి వెళ్ళరు. సో మరి ఏం చేస్తారు నెక్స్ట్ ప్రిఫరెన్స్ ఫంక్షనల్ గివ్స్ ఫర్ ద బ్యాపీ. సో బ్యాపీని వెతుకుతారు. ఓకే, సో నెక్స్ట్ ఆప్షన్ విల్ బి BAPI. So if BAPI suitables, then that BAPI will be given to us. We are going to use that BAPI in our program and we are going to create that materials. So that program will be given to the user so that they'll continuously use that program to upload the data. Okay. First requirement is one time requirement, they'll go for LSMW. If not, then it will be a BAPI. Who will choose the, is it suitable BAPI or not? Functional only gives that BAPI. Okay, this is the suitable BAPI, and they'll give the test data, so that use this kind of test data, pass it and create a program like that. First preference given to BAPI. Clear? వన్ టైం రిక్వైర్మెంట్ అయితేనే ఎల్ఎస్ఎండబ్ల్యూకి వెళ్తారు. ఒకవేళ వన్ టైం రిక్వైర్మెంట్ కాదు, అది ఇయర్లీ వన్స్, క్వార్టర్లీ వన్స్ ఏదైనా అవ్వచ్చు, వన్ టైం కాదు మల్టిపుల్ టైమ్స్ అంటే ఫస్ట్ ప్రిఫరెన్స్ బ్యాపీకి వెళ్తారు. ఎవరు ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేస్తారు? ఫంక్షనలే ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేస్తారు ఏ బ్యాపీ సూటబుల్ అవుతుంది అని చెప్పి. దాంట్లో టెస్ట్ డేటా ఇస్తారు. సో అది సూటబుల్ అయితే మనల్ని ప్రోగ్రామ్ రాయమంటారు. సో నెక్స్ట్ ప్రిఫరెన్స్ టు బ్యాపీ. క్లియరా?
Yeah,
Yeah,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yeah. First, we are discussing about theoretically. Once it is finalized, all the theoretical is done, then I'll show you the practical part. Okay. Okay, fine. So now, when they're searching for the BAPI, functional found that no BAPI is suitable for the requirement. Okay. Then what they will do? Next option will be BDCs. Okay. In the BDCs, what we have? In the BDCs, we have direct input method. What is that? There, they have already existing some programs. SAP given for creating a material, there is a standard program. For creating order, there is a standard program. For each and every operation, there is standard program is given by SAP. What they will do? They will search for that, whether that is suitable or not. Okay, next preference to direct input method, where the standard SAP programs are available. So they will search for those programs. Who will search? They means functional. So functional is going to run that program, and they'll upload the data, and they'll see whether it is suitable or not. Okay, if it is not suitable, then they'll come to the next step. ఓకే, సో ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేశారు? ఫస్ట్ ఏమో ఎల్ఎస్ఎండబ్ల్యూ అన్నారు, వన్ టైం అయితే. వన్ టైం కాకపోతే ఫస్ట్ బ్యాపీ అన్నారు. బ్యాపీ సూటబుల్ కాకపోతే బీడీసీలో డైరెక్ట్ ఇన్పుట్ మెథడ్ అంటే ఎస్ఏపి సమ్ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ ఇచ్చేసింది. ఆ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ని యూజ్ చేసుకొని డేటాను అప్లోడ్ చేయడానికి ట్రై చేస్తున్నారు. ఆ ప్రోగ్రామ్ కూడా సూటబుల్ కాలేదు. దెన్ ఏం చేస్తున్నారు? దెన్ they'll come for either call transaction or session method in BDC. So when to use call transaction, when to use session anedi decision will be taken by functional only. I will show after the finishing of call transaction session method differences. Then you can understand when to go for call transaction, when to go for session. Actually, decision will be taken by functional only, but if they do the mistake also, we need to correct it out. So we will learn everything from the scratch here. What is the difference? When to go for that? If they're doing some wrong also, we can suggest them. Okay. But final decision will be taken by functional only. So this is about the options, how they are going to choose in the conversions. సో ఇప్పుడు డైరెక్ట్ ఇన్పుట్ మెథడ్ కూడా సూటబుల్ అవ్వలేదు. తర్వాత ఏం చేస్తారు? కాల్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ ఆర్ సెషన్ మెథడ్స్ యూస్ చేసి డేటాని అప్లోడ్ చేయమని టెక్నికల్కి చెప్తారు. ఎప్పుడు కాల్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ సెషన్ చూస్ చేసుకుంటారంటే అది కూడా ఫంక్షనలే చూస్ చేస్తారు. ఏంటి డిఫరెన్స్ అనేది నేను నెక్స్ట్ ప్రాక్టికల్ పార్ట్ తర్వాత చూపిస్తాను. ఓకేమ్మా? సో ఇవి ఆప్షన్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఈ ఆప్షన్స్లో ఎవరు చూస్ చేస్తారంటే ఫంక్షనలే చూస్ చేస్తారు. బట్ మనకి అన్ని ఐడియా ఉండాలి ఎప్పుడు ఏది వెళ్తున్నారు అనేది. Can we start the practical part?
Yeah, ma'am.
Now, this is about theoretically. Functional is going to do that. If it is one time requirement, they'll go for LSMW. If it is not, first preference given to BAPI. If it is not, then go to the direct input method where standard programs are there. They can run those and they can do that. If that is also not suitable, then finally comes to the call transaction and session. As a developer, what is your duty? You're going to use this to call transaction and session method, or you're going to use BAPI in your program to create upload program. See here, whenever in conversions we are creating a program, what kind of program it is? SE38 program only. But here what we will call that program? We will call that program as upload program or BDC program. Okay. You see 38 program only. You are used for detailed explanation, then it is called a report. I think server disconnected. It is all. I'm creating a program. What kind of program? Same executable program only. Click on save local object. See, the same executable program. If I'm using for detailed explanation, then it is called a report. If I'm using the same for uploading the data, then it is called upload program or BDC program. The same program we are going to use, executable program only, we are going to use in the forms concept. At that time, we'll call it as driver program or print program. See, the terminology is very important. When you are connecting with the functional, you are keeping some experience and going. So, when the functional is asking, hey, check that upload program, immediately you get to know that, okay, upload program means maybe it is a BAPI or BDCs will be there. They're asking BDC program, then immediately you'll get it. If they're asking, hey, check that print program. Oh, okay, maybe it is a forms. That's the reason they're calling as print program. Hey, check the report they're calling. So then it is a reports. Clear, ma? So the same executable program only when it is used for detailed explanation report. If you are using in conversion program, they can say that upload program or BDC program or file interface program. Also, they can say like that, multiple names. But it is the same executable program. Clear?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Then, so I have the requirement. What is that? I need to create multiple materials through the program. So for that, what is required first? Where is that materials? I have the materials in my desktop Excel sheet. You can see this. I have the materials. I'm just changing the material number because it's a primary key. Duplicates are not allowed in the primary key, right? In the table only it's going to create. Material number is the primary key. So duplicates are not allowed. This is I already used for the testing purpose. So I'm just changing the material number. So like this, few data will be given for your testing. So material number, material type, chemical industry, coupons, laptop, mouse, keyboard, pen drive, and how it is measured each like this, whatever the data. So they want to upload that will be given. This is called flat file. Before going to practical, we need to discuss something else also. What we are doing, we are just saying that legacy data we are uploading into SAP system, right? What is legacy? Legacy means non-SAP system. How the non-SAP data I can get into outside means the extraction of data will be done by the non-SAP people. From their system, they will download the data into flat files. What is meant by flat files? Either it is text document or Word document or Excel sheet. Those are called the flat files. So this is called flat file, which is already having the data. So if it is non-SAP system, extracting the data, that is done by non-SAP people only. That is the first step, and they'll prepare the flat files. So flat file is nothing but your Excel sheet or text document or whatever the .csv formats, whatever the files, those are called flat files. The naming conventions are very important. You have to remember. Clear? Flat files will be given by functional to us to create the program. Is it clear about flat files?
Yes, ma'am.
సో ఏం చెప్తున్నామా, నాన్ ఎస్ఐపి డేటా, లెగసీ డేటాని ఎస్ఐపి సిస్టమ్కి పాస్ చేస్తున్నాం అంటున్నారు. నాన్ ఎస్ఐపి సిస్టంలో ఉండే డేటాని ఎలా డౌన్లోడ్ చేస్తాం? మన ఎస్ఐపి సిస్టంలో ఉన్న డేటాని డౌన్లోడ్ అంటే నిన్న రిపోర్ట్లో చూపించాను ఎట్లా డౌన్లోడ్ చేస్తాము అనేది. కానీ ఇక్కడ నాన్ ఎస్ఐపి సిస్టమ్ని నేను ఎలా ఇంటరాక్ట్ అవ్వగలుగుతాను? నువ్వు ఇంటరాక్ట్ అవ్వలేవు, నువ్వు డౌన్లోడ్ చేయలేవు. ఎవరి డ్యూటీ అది? నాన్ ఎస్ఐపి, ఎవరైతే దాంట్లో నాన్ ఎస్ఐపిలో వర్క్ చేస్తున్నారో వాళ్ళ డ్యూటీ. వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తారు? డౌన్లోడ్ చేసి ఫ్లాట్ ఫైల్స్ ఇస్తారు. ఫ్లాట్ ఫైల్స్ ఇస్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఏంటది? వర్డ్ డాక్యుమెంట్ అవ్వచ్చు, ఎక్సెల్ అవ్వచ్చు, టెక్స్ట్ డాక్యుమెంట్ అవ్వచ్చు, .csv ఫైల్స్ అవ్వచ్చు, ఇంకా చాలా ఫైల్స్ ఉన్నాయి. వాటిలో ఏదైనా అవ్వచ్చు, ఫ్లాట్ ఫైల్ అంటారు. So once we got the flat file, then we need to upload the data into our program, where we are going to take all the data into our internal table. We need to upload. Our duty starts from here. Okay, uploading the data into internal table. Once I got the internal table data, then I'm just going to pass to the call transaction method or session method, and then updates the data to the tables. How to pass to this call transaction or session, that we will discuss little bit later. First I have flat file. How to upload into internal table, that we are going to see step by step. We are going to see. ఓకే. సో ఫ్లాట్ ఫైల్ అయితే వచ్చేసింది. దాన్ని ఇంటర్నల్ టేబుల్కి ఎలా అప్లోడ్ చేసుకోవాలనేది ఫస్ట్ చూద్దాం. ఆ తర్వాత దెన్ ఎలా కాల్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ కానీ సెషన్ కానీ యూజ్ చేస్తారో చూద్దాం. ఎవరిస్తారు మీకు ఈ ఫ్లాట్ ఫైల్ అనేది? ఫంక్షనల్ ఇస్తారు. ఫంక్షనల్ ఇస్తే దాంట్లో ఏ ఫీల్డ్ ఏంటి అనేది ఇలా హెడ్డింగ్స్లో మెన్షన్ చేస్తారు. మారా, ఎంఏటిఎన్ఆర్, ఎంబీఏహెచ్ఎస్, ఎంఏటిఆర్టీ, ఇలా టేబుల్ నేమ్, ఫీల్డ్ నేమ్స్ అనేది ఫంక్షనల్ ఇస్తారు. ఒక్కొక్కసారి ఫంక్షనల్ ఇలా కూడా ఇస్తారు. సో డైరెక్ట్ మారా, ఎంఏటిఎన్ఆర్ అని లేకుండా దాన్ని మెటీరియల్ మీన్స్ డిస్క్రిప్షన్తో ఇస్తారు. సో మెటీరియల్ అన్నప్పుడు యూ డోంట్ నో ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ మారా టేబుల్, ఎంఏటిఎన్ఆర్ ఆర్ ఓకే. బేసిక్ మెటీరియల్ మీన్స్ యూ నో వాట్ ఈస్ ఇండస్ట్రీ సెక్టర్, మెటీరియల్ టైప్ యూ డోంట్ నో, రైట్? At that time you can ask functional, hey, what is the table name and field name? Let me know so that I can upload. Then they will give like this, hey, this is this table and field, this is this table and field, like that they will give. So if they are providing, okay, fine. If they are not providing, you can ask them. So you can ask them. Clear, ma?
Yes, ma'am.
See, if you want to create a program and upload the data, if you Google also, you will get all these options. You will get entire code also. What is the concentration more what you are doing here? In the real time, how the functional is going to interact, what the question you will asking for the functional, that is very important. That won't be available in the Google. Okay, so whose duty it is? How can you ask the question to the functional? That is very important. Remember that. Okay, if they're given the details, okay, fine. Otherwise, you can ask them, hey, what is the table name, field names for this field, so that I can create that. Okay, so this is about the flat file. Now I want to upload this data into my program. For that, I created a program. Now I'm just going to write the code inside that. For uploading or downloading, what is required? File path is required. Means from where I'm picking or from where to download. Again disconnected. So first I want to download or upload. Yesterday we saw that a download option. Now today we are going to see upload option. Whatever you downloading or uploading, where to download or where you are going to pick the file. So what is required? File path is required. So I'm creating selection screen. Under that parameters p underscore path, which is of type string. Done. So my file path is ready. In my selection screen, I have the p underscore path. But what I required F4 help for this. How to assign F4 help for the file path?
At selection screen output and value request by user.
Yeah. So you need to call a function module F4 underscore file name. You have to by heart these function modules and all. F4 underscore file name is a function module to give the F4 help for the file path. So where can I call that function module? In the selection screen, you can't write the code. You can't call the function module. So I want to give F4 help for p underscore path. So I'm going to use the event. Which event? At selection screen on value request for p underscore path. Clear? So selection screen lo p underscore path రాసేసాను. బట్ దానికి F4 help ఇవ్వాలి. సో ఎలా ఇస్తాం? సో మనకి ఒక ఫంక్షన్ మాడ్యూల్ ఉంది F4 అండర్స్కోర్ ఫైల్ నేమ్. బట్ ఫంక్షన్ మాడ్యూల్ని సెలెక్షన్ స్క్రీన్లో కాల్ చేయగలుగుతామా? లేదు. సో దీనికి నేను F4 హెల్ప్ ఇవ్వాలి అనుకుంటున్నాను కాబట్టి అట్ సెలెక్షన్ స్క్రీన్ ఆన్ వాల్యూ రిక్వెస్ట్ ఫార్ అనే ఈవెంట్ యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాను ఫర్ p అండర్స్కోర్ పాత్. అండర్ దట్ ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు కాల్ ద ఫంక్షన్ మాడ్యూల్ F4 underscore file name. So in this, I'm just going to pass the file name called p underscore path. Done. Now, what is this p underscore path? This is the actual parameter. What is file name? That is a formal parameter. What is the rule? Actual parameters, formal parameters, both the data type and length should match. Names are different, no worries, but both the data type and length should match. So just go for SE37, view the function module name, click on display. So you're just going to have there, it is importing means it will always in the exporting, vice versa, right? You can see IB params path. What is that? IB params is a structure, path is the path which is character of 128, which is not matching with our p path. P path is a string. So what you need to do? You need to change that. Instead of taking character of 128, I can take the same declaration and use it. So what happens if you are not changed, ma? It will go to the runtime error. So I just got the F4 help button. You can choose the file easily.
అంటే 100 మంది ఉన్నారు. జాయిన్ అవ్వట్లేదు అసలు.
Sorry for the break. Yeah. So we have the F4 help and we are choosing the file path. Once we choose the file path, then we need to upload this data into our internal table. So what is required? Then internal table is required. So I'm going to declare first internal table. So how to declare internal table? I have different fields. You can see Mara table, MATNR, MTRT, MAKTX and MENS. like few fields of Mara and one field from MAKT. How to declare my internal table with different tables, different fields? How to declare?
Using local structure.
Yes, very good. So we are going to refer to the structure. That too in this program only I'm going to use, so that I'm going to refer to the local structure. So you can just write like that, local structure, and then we'll have the, you can see the declarations and all on the top, right? Local table type, and then internal table, and then work area, and then variables declaration, then constants. So you can just write like this the structure, so that you can fill that very easily. Selection screen, then what is this? So if you have any events, you can, after that we are just going to use get data logic, then processing logic, then display logic. Like this we'll write, correct? So here what I want, local structure. How to declare local structure? Types begin of ty underscore final, any name you can give. So what is the first field name? Give it in the same sequence. Mara matnr. Matnr is the field type. Mara hyphen matnr. You can refer to the table name hyphen field name, or you can refer to the data element also. Then second field, Mara mbrhs. mbrsh, which is of type Mara mbrsh. Then what is the next field? Next field is mtrt. mtrt type Mara hyphen mtart. After that we have maktx, which is of type makt table maktx. And then next mens type Mara hyphen mens, then end of ty underscore final. Like this, structure is ready. Once structure is ready, I want internal table. So data, creating internal table referring to the structure. ZT final type table of. What is my structure name? Local structure name is ty final. So referring to that. Done. Okay. So my internal table is ready. Now I'm going to upload the data into my internal table. So what is the mandatory event and what is the default event? So what is that?
Start of
Start of
selection.
selection.
Very good. Start of selection is the default event. If you are not given any event, by default will be taken as start of selection. If you start writing the events, then what is the mandatory event? Start of selection. Because you are used at selection screen, so mandatory event is start of selection. I'm just going to give. So why I'm giving here only, my selection is done. Now I'm going to upload the data. Means my program is starting. Whenever your program is starting, you are going to give the start of selection. Okay, fine. I just given the start of selection. Then what we have? To upload the data into SAP from the flat file to internal table, you have lot of function modules, even classes and methods. We are going to see one text convert XLS to SAP. I'm not sure. I'm not remember properly. So I'm just giving, remember whatever I just given, star and press F4. Okay, you can see text convert XLS to SAP. This is the function module which we have. You can see that this is we are going to call. Now, how to pass this data to this function module? Not only this, if I'm saying BAPIs or whatever, whenever you are facing any new function module or BAPI to pass, how to know that? You are here to say that F4 underscore file name means what to pass. This is means you can here there to explain that. But in real time, you are facing some other function module. They're asking use this function module for doing that. Then what to do? How to understand what we need to pass? Don't worry. So just use that function module, click on that function module display, and there is a values list. You can click on this values list and select all and click on continue. You can see where and all it is used. It's going to list out all the programs where it is used. But go to directly down, there is a custom programs will be there. You can just go to the custom programs and see, so that it is easy for understanding. In the standard program means little confusion will be there, but if you are using standard, it is easy to sorry, customized programs, it is easy to understand. You can see that this is LT-RAW, which is they are using referring to this, and then LV file name, where LV file name they're passing that P file means maybe it is a selection screen P file. If you want a double click on that, you can see parameter P file, which is importing parameter in the parameters, means in the selection screen file path it is. Then come back and then internal table. So you can see that they're created with the field symbols, but you can create with the internal table. If you're not understanding that, go for another program and check ZT final. Here they declared ZT final. What is that? They're having ZTY final, which is having ID, mobile, price, and country. So whatever they're having, those fields they given. For our requirement, whatever fields what we given, that means what we understood on that. So here we need to give the internal table whatever we have the structure. Then P file, which is coming from the selection screen, and LV raw, which is just taking as that. They're not passing anything to the LV raw. You can see that declared. That's it. If you are double clicking and see, they are using. That's it. So which doesn't have any value inside that. You need to use like this. Like this, you can analyze that. Okay, existing function modules, how they are using. Based on that, you can pass the data. Clear, ma? You can just go to the values list. If you are not understanding that program, go to another program and see, so that you will see finally. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
This is about the values list. Now we are going to see in our program what I need to pass internal table. What is my internal table name? ZT final I'm just taken, where I'm just having whatever flat file fields I just declared in that. And then file name. What is the file name? We have p underscore path is the file name. I can just pass p underscore path. And then IT raw data. It is uncommented and coming, means mandatory pass. Mandatory means compulsory to pass. So what to pass to this? I'm not sure that, but come back and see that. Sorry, in the importing, it will be exporting means here importing. What is that? Tab raw data, which is referring to this. This is referring to type C only, but what they added, occur 0 means this is the, it become a table type. When it is a table type, what you need to referring to the table type means it's an internal table. What you need to pass? You need to pass internal table to this by referring to that. So I'm just creating that ZT raw, and how to declare? Just go up and declare it. ZT raw, type that table type. So type keyword is enough because it's a table type. If it is a line type, then you are going to write type table of. Clear, right? So I just given this, but what I need to check, p path and this file name matching or not, because this is matching. I just declared how it is declared in the function module, no problem. But here file path and the file name is matching or not. How to see file name? Here RLJRP file name it is referred. Just go that. RLJRP is the structure where file name is the field, which is character of 128. Very good. Character of 128. P underscore path. What is this? IB params path. IB params is a structure. Path is the field, which is character of 128. Both are character of 128. So it is matching, right? So no need to do anything. In the last class, if it is not matching, we just taken into one variable and then we passed it. Now both are the same, character of 128, character of 128. So no need to worry. If it is one is character of 128, one is character of 127 also, you are going to change it. But both are the same data type and length, so I am not changing that. So then uncomment the exceptions. Done. Afterwards, what we need to do here, implement the suitable error. How you are going to get the implement suitable error? Message, system message ID and all. You are not getting here, correct? You can open any program which you already created where you have that message ID and all by default, which is coming Z22 LV. Just go for that program, any program, and wherever you have that, just copy. So in yesterday's class, I said implement the suitable error. You should not leave this as it is. We have to do this. What happen if you are not doing? Nothing will happen, but code reviewer won't accept. Okay, whenever you are getting the errors, the system will capture like this. So you need to raise this. Clear? I'm just activating. Now I want to see whether really it is uploading the data into internal table or not. Go keep the breakpoint here and run the program. Just choose the file path where in the desktop I have matupd. But what you need to do, you need to close this file before calling that. Okay, I closed it. Now I'm just running. It's taking to the debugging mode. What I have, ZT-RAW is empty. P underscore path, whatever I'm just choosing from the desktop, it is showing. ZT final is empty, but it is having the same structure like our flat file. Now I'm just pressing F6. It's allowing, it is asking for the permission. Just make it as allow. You can see ZT final. What happened? Use external breakpoints. Access could not be copied. So it is not copied the data. Something wrong with the file. 1 second. Microsoft. Okay. It's directly taking into this, but I have some issue with the Microsoft, so it is not happening. What we will do? Here I have an Excel sheet. Okay, I'll try to use this. We'll see. That is available. So this is available in the C drive, D:C drive ABAP nodes. D:C drive. It is not allowing me to do that.
ఇక్కడికైనా టక్ తీసుకెళ్ళిపోయినా
1 second. Sorry for the break. Yeah. Um, the same only we used in the last class also. Got disconnected again. Audible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We used same issue. That's the reason we use some other function module. We can use this code and we can do that. Okay. We'll have lot of function modules, not only text converters XLS to SAP, but this is going to work in real time. I just used this because very easy to use it. Directly it will take the path and it will directly into the internal table, it will upload the data. But this is not working here, so I'm just replacing with the another function module. Okay, so we have not only function modules, we have classes and methods also. To do that, we can use that. You can just I'm just copy pasting the code, or you can just see that how to call it. So you can just choose it in the where user list, or you can Google it. You're just going to get all the classes and methods. You can choose one of the function module or classes and methods. So this is about that. Here we are going to give the p underscore path where the file name and the column position and the row position means in our file. In our file flat file, from where it is starting from row 1 and column 1 actually. So like that, we are just giving that details here. Okay, so starts from beginning column, beginning row. Row is 1 and column is 1. So it is started with that. And end column, how many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is ending with the 5 columns. And then end row. Normally here I am just choosing only 10. Normally it will be like 10 lakhs or something, whatever your file size. So based on that, it is going to be that. Okay, so once that we are just getting into ZTXL, but this ZTXL I'm not at declared in my program. So just go and double click on that. Okay, so it is in the commented mode, it is not going, otherwise normally it will go. So ZTXL, the internal table, I'm just copying and declaring that ZTXL here in the declarations, internal table. And once I got the ZTXL means get into the data. It's not going to get into the data as normally rows and columns. It's going to collection of string it will store. So I'm just sorting with the row and column and deleting the first row. Why deleting the first row? Because the first row is going to have the field labels. So that's the reason deleting the first row. Then looping that ZTXL and taking one column. So first column means this is MATNR, second column MBHS, MTRT, MAKTX, MENS, like that columns I fill. At the end of the row, each row we are going to add that to the ZT final. So this is how we are going to do that. And for that I need ZSXL also along with the ZTXL. So I'm just going to copy this ZSXL also. So if you want like this, or you want to do that means go to the function module and check how it is defined. Like that you can declare it. data, and then I need GS final also, work area type py underscore final. I'll show you in the debugging mode how it is going to work. Activate it. But the old one which I use it directly uploads into your internal table. Try this in your system. Definitely it's going to work out. In my system, some license problem and all. That's the reason. It's not allowing that XLS format. So I'm just keeping the breakpoint here and run it. Close the file first and then open that in the desktop. Mat UPD and then run it. You can see p underscore path and ZTXL. So press F6. So you're just going to get the data, but you can see how it is. Row 1, column 1, this is row 1, column 2, like this, the description. Then row 2, column 1, column 2, column 3, like this, the data is going to store. So now what we are going to do, we are just going to loop it. Okay, first sort it and delete the first row, because first row is having the descriptions. I deleted those. So row 1 got deleted. Row 2 onwards, I'm just taking. Take one into the work area. So column position, you can see that. And whenever the column 1, just go here and fill the final work area, MATNR. Then it's going to fill the second row with the MBRHS. Then third row with the MTRT. Next, column. Fourth column with MAKTX. Then fifth column with MENS. After column is finished, at the end of the row, means row is finished. You can see all the 5. After 5, the row is finished. At the end of the row. Next, it is starting with third. So that's the reason at the end of the row means it will, next value changed, it will go here. And work area already I filled all the values, correct? So one value we filled. Now we are going to append into internal table. Done. After our work is done, clear the work area. Then just go for the next. Like that, we are just going to do the how many records are there. For that, we are going to instead of doing that, I'll just keep the breakpoint at end of. So for the next record, it's going to append it. Then for F8, if it is stopping, for the next record, it is going to next. Again, press F8. For the next record, it is added. How many records are there in my internal table? 4 records. All the 4 records, in my flat file, 4 records. All the 4 records are copied into your internal table. So this much is not required. This is performance wise not that much good. This is ALSM Excel to internal table. Performance wise, they are not that much good. Which one is good? Text converters to XLS SAP. Directly it will pass the path and directly get into the internal table. No need of writing this looping and taking one record and checking whether it is the same or not. Then appending is not required. Directly you can use this. If it is working in your program, then use that only. If it is not, go for this. Clear, ma?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is about the how to upload the data. Once we uploaded the data, then we need to pass this data to the MM01 transaction. How to pass to this MM01 transaction? So if you observe here, okay, Naina. Okay, so just I'm stopping here up to the uploading part. Tomorrow I'm just going to continue how we are going to pass to that MM01 transaction. Means directly you can't pass it. So then we'll have the SHGB, means recording. Who will do the recording and who will provide functional is going to how they will record and how they are going to provide the recording. Once we got the recording, then what we are going to do? So convert into the test program, then how we are going to pass the data to the test program, and then how to call transaction and session method, that I'm going to explain in the tomorrow's session. Okay.
ఓకే మ్యామ్.
యా. సో ఈరోజు ఏం నేర్చుకున్నాం, ఎక్స్ట్రాక్షన్ అనేది మన డ్యూటీ కాదు, ఫ్లాట్ ఫైల్ వస్తుంది, ఫ్లాట్ ఫైల్ అనేది ఫంక్షనల్ ఇస్తారు, ఫంక్షనల్ ఇచ్చాక దెన్ ఇంటర్నల్ టేబుల్లోకి అప్లోడ్ చేసుకోవాలి. ఇంటర్నల్ టేబుల్ అప్లోడ్ చేసుకోవాలంటే ఫైల్ పాత్ కావాలి, కాబట్టి ఫైల్ పాత్ చూస్ చేసుకున్నాం సెలెక్షన్ స్క్రీన్లో. ఆ ఫైల్ పాత్కి F4 హెల్ప్ కావాలి, కాబట్టి F4 హెల్ప్ అనేది F4_ ఫైల్ నేమ్ యూస్ చేస్తే వస్తుంది, కాబట్టి దాన్ని డైరెక్ట్గా సెలెక్షన్ స్క్రీన్లో రాయలేం. సో యూజింగ్ ద ఈవెంట్ అట్ సెలెక్షన్ స్క్రీన్ ఆన్ వాల్యూ రిక్వెస్ట్ ఫర్, దాంట్లో F4_ ఫైల్ నేమ్ రాసేసాక స్టార్ట్ ఆఫ్ సెలెక్షన్ కింద నార్మల్లీ టెక్స్ట్ కన్వర్టర్స్ XLS టు SAP అనే ఫంక్షన్ మాడ్యూల్ డైరెక్ట్గా ఫైల్ పాత్ నుంచి ఇంటర్నల్ టేబుల్కి అప్లోడ్ చేసేస్తుంది, మనం కన్వర్ట్ చేయక్కర్లేదు. బట్ అది నా సిస్టంలో వర్క్ అవ్వట్లేదు, కాబట్టి LSM XL టు ఇంటర్నల్ టేబుల్ అనేది యూస్ చేస్తున్నాం. మీకు ఇది ఒకటే ఉందా అంటే ఇది ఒకటే కాదు, యూ హ్యావ్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ డిఫరెంట్ ఫంక్షన్ మాడ్యూల్స్ అండ్ క్లాసెస్ అండ్ మెథడ్స్ కూడా ఉన్నాయి. ఏదైనా వాడచ్చు అప్లోడ్ చేయడానికి డేటాని. వన్స్ అప్లోడ్ చేశాక నెక్స్ట్ ప్రాసెస్ ఏంటి అనేది నెక్స్ట్ టుమారోస్ క్లాస్లో కంటిన్యూ చేస్తాను. ఓకేమ్మా, ఎనీ క్వశ్చన్స్ అప్ టు హియర్?
నో మ్యామ్.
Then fine, I'm winding for the day. We'll meet in the tomorrow's class.
థ్యాంక్ యూ మ్యామ్.
Thank you. Have a good day.